And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. With me is Ming Chen.
What's up, everybody?
And I'm Cameron Woolley. So, last show of the summer, going back to school next week.
Oh, man. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I've been ready. I'm bored.
You been bored? You're itching to get back?
Yeah, dude. Like, it's not usual for... Like, I never thought I'd be excited to go back to school.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you got planned this year? What are you looking forward to? I know you're doing more commentating, more competing, more broadcasting,
yeah,
more taking over the world,
more of that, ideally.
more road trips, possibly.
I'm going to be doing, fantasy football and all that. Having fun. Gonna be reconnecting with an old roommate. Gonna be living in his suite. So.
Oh man, I forgot the draft's coming up.
Yeah, the fantasy football.
All right,
My fantasy draft. I haven't done any
prep.
I haven't done any prep. I don't know who the top options are. I mean, I have an idea of who I want. Like my team the last 2 years, I've been a playoff team.
All right, my team last year was awful.
I'm pretty sure I would have won my championship if the guy I went against in the semis didn't have Amari Cooper on Christmas Eve. So we had like 200 something yards and 3 touchdowns.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I mean, the draft in general for fantasy football, like that's the reason why I do it. Like, sure, the stuff that happens on Sundays, that's fun too.
Yes.
But really, the best part is sitting down in a living room with my laptop, with my friends.
All right, so you do it live. You guys all gather.
Oh yeah,
live.
We gather, or like we have people on, like other people from like different schools.
Yeah.
But most of us, I remember last year we had like 6 of us out of the 10 people in the league in the room, all with their laptops out. Like some guy had like a binder,
a draft binder.
Like, he locked in, and he ended up winning.
I would love to do it live with like the magnetic board and everything. Like that.
Oh yeah, how they did.
That would be awesome.
How they did in the old days.
Yeah.
Back when VHSs were still a thing.
Yep. Yeah, I've only done one live draft. It was many years ago. It was fun. Now, with the internet.
You had no idea what you were doing, but.
And, with the advent of, just with technology, no one has to be in the same room. It's not the same. I like the energy. We get some chicken wings.
We combine both of them. It's like we have food, we have a little spread, or we each just buy our own thing.
Right, yeah.
But, like, we have food, we have our... I think, like, the technology maybe adds a little bit to it because we have all our laptops and our phones where... The serious people do it on laptops,
right?
Which is what I do.
You're right. Yeah.
I like to have my laptop. No, my freshman year, I had a board, but I completely abandoned it by the second round.
like a spreadsheet, like a board.
I made a Google sheet.
Okay.
Of my draft board.
And immediately just went.
I had a board and I threw it out the window. Yeah, I drafted Cam Akers in the third round.
Okay.
That was bad.
I mean, this year, who are you going for first? I don't know where you're in the draft order. I guess
I'm not showing my hand.
Okay. No. Well, let's go more general. You go QB. You go running back, wide receiver.
I'm not showing my hand on that either, dude. I'm not telling you.
Okay.
I'm not telling. Actually, no. Nobody watch. This clip's not good. The people watch the TikTok. The people don't watch the YouTube.
Okay.
So
I didn't say which QB or which. I mean, obviously you can take the best person on the board.
Ideally, to be honest, like going wide receiver in the first round is kind of the wave.
It's good save.
Like at least with me, going wide receiver in the first round has been more successful than going running back. Because running back, you can honestly pick those guys up off the waiver wire and you can do well. Meanwhile, a number 1 alpha dog receiver, that's a little tougher to find.
Right.
A guy like a Justin Jefferson. I drafted Stephon Diggs. Like, I spent my first 2 picks on receivers. I had Stephon Diggs and A.J. Brown, and that
it worked out. Okay.
And I picked up Kyron Williams off waivers after week 1, so.
All right.
That was pretty fun. My running back room was kind of patchwork. That was a work in progress.
Yeah.
But I typically have a pretty solid core of guys. At least in college, my first 2 years, I had Lamar Jackson and Kenneth Walker.
Okay, that's good.
On my team.
That's good.
I mean, Kenneth Walker, but like Pete Carroll drove me nuts with the way he used him. And,
well, you don't have to worry about him anymore, do you?
Well, Lamar Jackson's
solid.
Lamar's Lamar. But I want to. But there's also some frustrating aspects with that because the Ravens, the way their offense goes, they'll have a pass play that goes to the 1 yard line, then they'll just run it in with a running back.
Yeah, I mean, unless he runs it in himself,
which doesn't happen in my experience. It drives me crazy. It irritates me the way that the Ravens would run the ball at the 1 yard line with not Lamar Jackson.
Right. Last year I got excited. Josh Allen was on the board. I picked him up.
In what round?
First round.
Oh God, dude! You never take a quarterback.
Well, this is the advice I'm looking for. This is why I asked you.
You never take a quarterback in the first round. Did the positional values all lopsided? You take running back or wide receiver in the first 2 rounds.
Okay, and then
give or take. Then, if you can, you draft a really good tight end or a really good flex.
Okay.
Or you fill out the positions first.
Right.
And then, typically, with quarterback, it's someone in like the 4th round who takes Mahomes. It's always the 4th round. Somebody takes Mahomes. And then everybody realizes, oh, shit, I don't have a quarterback.
Right.
And then it's bam, bam, bam,
Okay.
bam, 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 bam. If the pick after you is Mahomes, you're starting Daniel Jones. Like that's your. I
don't want to start. That's what I was afraid of. I didn't want to start Daniel Jones.
That's your QB1. Your QB1.
I didn't want to start Russell Wilson.
Like your QB1 is gonna suck.
Okay.
If you don't, or if the pick right after you is Mahomes.
Okay. Well, that was the advice I was looking for.
Don't take a quarterback in the first round. Just wait for the run on quarterbacks, or if the run hasn't started yet, around like the 4th round, maybe even late 3rd round.
Okay.
If you haven't taken a quarterback, then you can pull the trigger on a Mahomes or
receiver,
an Allen,
running back,
or a Lamar or someone like that.
Tight end if QBs are still available, and then grab. Okay. Yeah. That's the advice I was looking for. Didn't want you to tip your hand too much.
I mean, again, the YouTube videos get like 5 views a pop. It's not like everybody in my fantasy league is going to be like,
what's he going to do? Wait, he just revealed his whole draft order, like or poach all his picks before he gets to them.
Also, a policy with me: no Giants. Every time I pick Giants.
I remember, Odell Beckham,
no Giants.
2nd round. Wait, 1st round that 1 year. Did you pick him 1st round that 1 year?
No. No. It's worse. I picked Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
That was 2021.
Saquon Barkley.
It was a bad year for him too. I finished last in my league.
Yeah, you got excited. It's okay. Well, live and learn, right? So no Giants, no homers,
no Giants
whatsoever.
I am the last person to have faith in my own football team.
Well, if you listen to the show,
that
should be no shock to you.
No, I don't like to put stock in my team.
All right, nobody.
No, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I mean, staying on the topic of football, the Giants, Daniel Jones in particular, look horrible. I mean, you look at the 2 picks that he threw. It's just, you can't start that in the league. You can't push that out there as your QB1 and say you're serious about winning.
Yeah.
And here's a thing about Giant fans. If you still have faith in Daniel Jones, then you are one of the most bumbling... Okay, I'm going to start that over.
Okay.
Like, if you still have faith in Daniel Jones, I fear for your children. And the type of father that they're gonna have,
right.
Because, oh my God, dude, how can you watch that repeatedly over the last 6 years, aside from 2022, and a few games sprinkled in here and there, how can you watch this guy play and think he's your franchise quarterback? I see Giant fans, because some people suggest that the Giants should go sign Dak Prescott in free agency. There are Giant fans out there who, unironically, with a straight face, think that Daniel Jones is a better option than Dak Prescott. Now, even on the higher-ups, Tiki Barber thinks that Daniel Jones is better than Dak Prescott. Now, say what you will.
Come on.
Say what you will about what Dak does outside of the regular season.
Sure.
But you put Dak on this team, they go a hell of a lot further. Sure, the playoffs, probably not. They kind of sputter out there.
That's a lot to ask for. But better record, yes.
Yes, significantly better. You know what the Giants don't have that like 20 other teams in the NFL have? A modern offense that can air the ball out. They don't live off checkdowns. The Giants don't have an offense that can air the ball out reliably. And this year, I think he genuinely has no excuses. The offensive line looks better. He has 2 tackles who can play competently. The guard situation and the center situation, sure, while it could be better, it could also be a hell of a lot worse, and there is a hell of a lot worse. The receivers, Malik Neighbors looks like a star. On top of Wan'Dale Robinson and Jalen Hyatt, who are good supporting options. Devin Singletary is one of the higher-end running backs in the league. A really good defense as well, especially that front seven, that defensive line. Sure, Micah McFadden will hold our breath on that on the linebackers. But Bobby Okereke back there, you got Deonte Banks, some good young corners and safeties. There's a lot on this roster that is being overlooked and belittled because of how awful of a quarterback they have.
Uh, 11 for 18, 138 yards, 2 picks, no touchdowns.
Some bad picks too, really bad picks. Like if you watch watch both of his picks.
Let's see if we can pull these up here. All right.
No, you need NFL Plus.
Oh.
I mean, you could probably go on Twitter and find it.
I have no doubt I can.
You seriously type in X?
I did. It's quicker.
Yeah, especially with you, like Mr. Typo. Okay, so
oh, and Tom Brady was watching it too.
Okay, but look at this. You can't excuse that.
That
there is a faction of Giants fans, a concerning faction of Giant fans who think that is the answer. And I'm going to say right now, if you're a Giant fan who believes in Daniel Jones, you have no right to complain about this team losing because you wanted this. That is, look at run that play back. Just if you look at that, if he puts that a little over a bit, maybe Hyatt can reach and get that. Sure, it was well covered, but that was underthrown.
Yeah,
it's one-on-one, dude. The safety's not getting there. You don't have to worry about the safety getting that.
It's pretty terrible.
He has good protection, too. Good protection. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3.
Yep, no one near him.
No one close to him.
No one near him.
He had all the time in the world, and he
made that. That was his decision.
Made one of the worst decisions that he could have made there. There is no justification for how he played in that preseason game. And I don't care if he's rusty. It's not rust with him. He's done this for most of his career. And I backed him up when he did well. But I'm seeing some of the language and listening to the way that some people talk about him. They're saying like, oh, he's a little rusty. Oh, he needs to, maybe he's figuring things out. Oh, he needs to. They're using rookie language and euphemisms On a guy who's going into his 6th year in the league.
It's been six. I mean, what do you do? What do you run DeVito out there? Like,
I'd rather have
cook a pile of chicken cutlets and be like, all right, let's go.
I'd rather have him out there.
And if you win, you get more.
I don't know. Have his mom on the sideline,
right?
With the
gravy, the Sunday gravy.
With the Sunday gravy, the sauce with the brajol and the meatballs. And, have the whole team fed on the sideline?
Yeah.
You want to beef up the offensive line.
Well, yeah. Eat Mama DeVito's cooking.
God, those tailgates look so good. Dude, we looked at those tailgates with, they had the whole spread. And you knew that was all her.
Yeah.
You knew not a single man in that house laid a finger on anything.
Those giant tailgates are no joke, by the way. Well, one time we went for a podcast. We just went to the tailgate. It was Giants Cowboys. I think it was a Monday night game a couple of years ago. When we went, we were on the microphone and talked to fans. But those rigs, man, those setups. One guy.
That's the fun part of going to a football game.
Yeah.
I mean, my friends kind of threw around an idea of going to a Bills game, like a Jets-Bills game in Buffalo. I'm like, I'd go just for a proper Bills Mafia tailgate.
Yeah.
No, slam through a table.
Oh, yeah.
But I would.
I would totally slam through a table.
I don't know if I'm built like that. Sober, at least.
Right. I think you could take a hit or two. You could take down a couple tables.
I know I physically could.
Sure.
Like, it's a mental hurdle.
Oh, right. All right. You don't.
But it would hurt. Like, it would really, really hurt.
Yeah, but what a great story.
Oh, it would be.
You might get a scar. I was like, yeah, this is from the time.
It's
I
like, I was a
Bills,
Giants
Jets,
fan.
and
I was a Giants fan. I went to a Bills game and I slammed through a table.
Went through a table. Like, tradition.
If I'm recognizable somehow by then, and they'll be like, oh, it's Cameron Woolley. Oh my God.
Cameron Woolley sure we went through a table.
Like, oh my God. Oh, come on, man. Go through a table. Just sit there, shotgun a beer, just jump through a table.
Yeah, and then after you get some Duff's wings, and then you're good. You're good again.
Oh, the wings.
Yeah.
Oh, the wings. The wings at those tailgates. Oh my God, those have got to be so good.
I think I'm actually going up in September. Friend is organizing a Monday night Bills game.
It's not the right time of year to go up there. You got to go up there when it's cold.
It's like 8 feet of snow, and
but that's part of the experience.
Sure.
That adds to it.
I know. I'm gonna take what I can get though.
If I went to a Bills tailgate, that's when I'd do it.
No,
I'd go right in the. I'd go in the dead of winter, like
blinding
middle
snow.
of December.
You can't see anything. They're shoveling the stands and the shoveling the field.
Dude, that would be the time to do it. I'd just go for the tailgate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about seeing it's like, sure, I like Josh Allen, but I could care less about going to a Bills game for football. I'd go for the tailgate.
Yeah.
I'd go for the tailgate, jump through a table, eat the
chicken wings, and then leave.
Well, I'd stick around for the game.
Okay, might as well. You're there.
Yeah. Although watching a football game on TV is an objectively better experience than watching it live.
I'm sure. The angles, HD, you're inside.
Well, it's not like other sports. Every other sport, it's better to be there in person.
Hockey,
I know because I've been to all 4 in person.
Sure.
Baseball's way better in person. Basketball's way better in person. And hockey is
way
better.
It is, yes.
Dude, like, I remember when the Devils were in the playoffs last year, I came this close to going to Game 3 of that Canes series.
Yeah.
But I was in bed too long. I'm like, nah. Because there's an Amtrak that goes from New Rochelle right to Newark.
Yeah, so easy.
Problem is, I'd have to walk through Newark by myself.
Oh, you have to go to the tunnels. There's a pathway.
There's a pathway from Newark Penn that takes you right to the Rock.
Pretty much, yeah. I'll show it to you one day. If we ever take the train up. It's not a bad walk.
Well, if the Devils are good this year, I gotta hit a couple games.
Well,
because even when they're good, they're cheap.
Yeah,
the tickets are
not terrible.
Mad cheap, even when they're good compared to the other offerings in town, like the going to a Ranger game at the Garden.
Nope.
No, even the
Knicks, nope.
Islanders game at UBS Arena is way cheaper.
Any football game, nope. But
I'm never. It's gonna be a while before I go to another Giant game. Because when you think of all the other stadiums of the teams I root for, Yankee Stadium's easier to get to than all of them.
Well, especially where you were from college, yes. How long do you get to Yankee Stadium?
I just take the Metro North, and it drops me off at Yankee Stadium. Sure, it's like a bit of a walk after that, but it's a walk I'm willing to take.
Yeah,
I'm in decent shape. I can take that.
You can hoof it. All right.
All that to sit in the nosebleeds where the Yankees are putting out practically a punt lineup against the Red Sox. They won the game though.
Yes,
but a Jose Trevino RBI single in the bottom of the 8th. Oh my God! I guess that brings us to baseball. Oh, dude.
Overall,
God. No eruption like last week for a litany of reasons. More importantly, I forgot my water bottle in my car, and it's like a massive walk away from here because there's no parking.
Yeah, still
but
2 and 3
God.
since we broadcast last week.
This team just doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. I do not understand. This is supposed to be light part of their schedule. They lose a series to the Angels at Yankee Stadium. They barely squeak out a win against the Texas Rangers. They get their asses handed to them by the White Sox. I don't care that they won the next 2 games. Honestly,
2 out of 3 from the from the Tigers, though.
If I'm gonna be so for real, that 12-2 loss to the White Sox took out any enthusiasm that I had about this team going.
We heard last week, yes.
I guess that's I don't care. It's like they're not winning.
Are there any excuses you can make? At least, there
is none. There's no excuse that can be made that isn't of their own volition directly. And you see the players that they're putting out, they're intentionally and almost, to be honest, probably knowingly putting what isn't their best foot forward. Last night, they lost that game because they let DJ LeMahieu take that at bat in the bottom of the 6th where he hit into a double play. And they started Jose Trevino. Austin Wells has been killing it. He's been one of the best cleanup hitters in baseball since he's become an everyday hitter. And now all of a sudden, Jose Trevino comes back, and it's a 50-50 split. It makes no sense. And then Wells comes in and he does a good job. They're actively putting out liabilities. I read a stat. I don't know if it's exact. Alex Verdugo and DJ LeMahieu, since July, combined, on average, 2 starters, regulars in that lineup, have a 54 WRC plus and a minus 0.6 F4.
Okay.
Those are 2 net negative players that you are putting in your lineup. Given the way that Soto and Judge are hitting, might be the best chance that you're going to have. And you're actively putting your almost worst foot forward. I can excuse other things. I will never excuse this. And this has been a repeated issue with this team. They give people who shouldn't have any run and should have no leash every chance that you can possibly imagine. Verdugo shouldn't be playing once a week, let alone every day. And he's still out there every day.
0 for 6 last night. One strikeout. 0 for 6.
DJ LeMahieu, yeah, he was good 5 years ago.
0 for 5.
4 if you want to count the COVID year.
Yeah.
Is a liability. He has an OPS of 512.
512.
512. You cannot put that out there and sell to us that your priority is winning a championship. It seems to me that your priority is protecting the feelings and egos of everybody. And Judge, you're one of the best. You are probably the best hitter that this sport has ever seen since Mickey Mantle. Not counting steroids. But the leadership that he has exhibited, his priority isn't winning. His priority is making sure that there's a good culture, that everybody feels welcome. Dude, are you serious? You're the captain of the New York Yankees. You think Jeter cared about who his friends were?
No.
If Jeter's friend was batting 170, he told him to screw off and give someone better the opportunity to produce in their place. He didn't care what he thought of them personally. He was baseball, strictly baseball. And Judge, as freakishly good as he is, hit another homer last night, is hitting .332 with an OPS among the likes of which we have never seen.
It's insane.
Is not a good leader. He has a say in what happens, and he cares more about protecting the feelings of his friends than actually putting a product out there that can win a championship. That's what the priorities are anymore for the Yankees. I say this all the time. The priority isn't winning. The priority is maybe looking smart at some point and protecting the egos and the feelings of the people you have in the building. And Anthony Volpe is a massive example of that. And I'm not going after him personally. I've met his cousin. His cousin goes to Iona. He's a great dude. I have a little bit of insight as to how he feels, and it's the pressure that this guy is under because multiple superstar caliber free agent shortstop classes got passed over because Anthony Volpe is the guy, according to them. And now that he's catching a lot of ire for being, all intents and purposes, a pretty solid player.
Yeah.
He's top 30 in F4 in the American League, I think. He's a gold glove, if not platinum glove level defender. And he's fast. If he develops into a 110 WRC plus guy, that's a stud.
Yeah.
But the problem is, you know who the Yankees chose him over? They chose him over guys like Carlos Correa and Corey Seager, who has killed it ever since he set foot in a Texas Rangers uniform. When people see Anthony Volpe struggle and go on a massive, prolonged, month-long slump, they look at Corey Seager highlights. They open Twitter and they see Corey Seager hitting a big double or a walk-off home run for the Rangers. And Yankee fans think, we could have that, but instead we have Volpe. And you look at the way they're treating Wells and Dominguez. Wells, they're not even giving any prolonged time because Trevino's back, and while being a significantly better player. And Dominguez, they have Verdugo, who sucks. They said they don't see a lane for Dominguez. Meanwhile, Verdugo has a sub 650 OPS. Terrible at baseball. But apparently they don't see a lane for Dominguez to come up, even though he has a track record, however small it is, a track record of success at the major league level. And he could be a big spark plug for this team come September or October, or hell, a month ago. The second he was healthy, he should have been batting leadoff and starting in left field. That should have been the process, but it's not. And you look at the way they treat these prospects, they have two mindsets. To them, to the almighty Brian Cashman, the prospects are both too valuable to them to trade for established big league talent that can help them win a World Series, but they're also not good enough to start over fledgling guys that you have in your lineup right now. The Yankees could have realistically, with the guys that they aren't playing right now, in the 2022 season, they could have had Matt Olson and Luis Castillo for the playoffs. They could have they could have signed Corey Seager. They could have traded for Matt Olson, and they could have traded for Luis Castillo in the 2022 season. If they have Correa at short, the defense is much better than Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and you get another bat for the playoffs. Or Corey Seager, who won World Series MVP, by the way. And so you have an established guy there. If you trade for Matt Olson, you get a guy who's amazing.
Those three bats in this lineup.
You still have a first baseman now. And you trade for Luis Castillo. That's another pitcher, another high caliber starting pitcher. But apparently, the Yankees think they're too valuable to trade for those guys who could have won them a championship by now, especially with Judge hitting the way he's hitting. And they still don't think they're good enough to start right now. What's the point of hanging on the prospects if you're never going to make use of them?
No point.
And just hold on to them until they expire worthless.
No point. Use them or trade them.
We've gone through this year after year after year. We're on our second cycle of prospects that they aren't trading and clogging in the minor leagues. And you know what they're going to do. This is just what you know they're going to do. They're going to let Soto walk, and their excuse is going to be Dominguez. Well, we have a guy in the minor leagues who we can trust, who we trust to come up and perform. You trust him enough. So they're going to trust him enough to replace Juan Soto, who's having like a top 10 season in this millennium, by the way.
Yeah.
And like a story that's lost in Judge. Like, don't want that.
Sure, but with second OPS, yes.
Like Soto's having an amazing year too. Like he'd be
no doubt.
He'd be an MVP candidate if Judge weren't on this team.
Yes.
And they simultaneously trust him to replace Soto, but they also simultaneously don't trust him to replace Verdugo 6 months before he'd be replacing Soto. That's the Yankee way. That's how things work now. That's the way it is. And we just have to relinquish it and deal with it. Because the house is going to be packed at Yankee Stadium every day regardless. We just got to live with it. This organization is not going to win another championship for at least another 25 years.
25?
Yes.
We're gonna be old men by then.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my 40s.
Yeah,
and I'm saying at minimum,
25.
At minimum another 25 on top of the 15 that they're in right now. So we're gonna be
a 40-year drought.
It's gonna be a 40-year
40-year drought for the Yankees.
Because what? Cashman's relatively young. He's gonna be there until he dies. He's gonna die holding that GM job. And Hal Steinbrenner, I mean, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And you haven't hit the pitching yet.
I don't. Dude, the pitching, I mean, Louis Hill's hurt, but, like, again, what's new? Everybody getting hurt because this medical staff can't keep players healthy for the life of them.
They used a lot of relievers last night. They burned through all of them.
Yep. Here's the truth, man. I don't know how much heart I can put into this team. Because, I care. And the thing is, I shouldn't because they don't. Clay Holmes has 10 blown saves.
10?
He's going to break the Yankee record by the time...
What's the record?
13.
13, okay.
Dave Righetti said it in, I think, 87.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of baseball left. But, well, despite all of this, they're only a half game back of the Orioles for the AL East leave. Now, at least I got an excuse for them. They're banged up, man.
Yeah.
They just lost Zach Eflin, so... And... lost Grayson Rodriguez last week. They got to deal with Craig Kimbrell sucking. At least I can... Yeah, they got a big list of injuries, and they're hanging in there. So thank you for these losses, so Baltimore can keep pace. And still, despite all this,
And the Mets just walked them off, by the way.
Yeah. What else is new?
Nobody wants to win the AL East.
Apparently not. And
oh my God, Verdugo's in the lineup again tonight. LeMahieu's not, so yeah, I guess, but they keep putting Verdugo out there. I can't
why?
I just listed all the
okay,
reasons.
fair enough.
They don't care about winning. They care about protecting people's feelings.
Right. I mean, that's no way to run a ball club.
It is to the Yankees. They're more concerned with being a brand than being a baseball team.
Well, that they're very good at.
Make money hand over fist.
Also very good at that as well. No doubt.
Oh my God.
All right. Despite all that, Guardians, Rockies, Nationals. On paper,
the way they played, dude,
on paper should be.
They're going at best 500 in this stretch. The Guardians are beating them because the Guardians are,
they're the Guardians are the Guardians. They're frustrated.
They're a baseball team. Their priority is baseball.
Having a pretty good year over there in the AL Central. Rockies Nationals should be pushovers, but that's on paper.
I don't trust them. They lost by 10 to the White Sox.
They did.
This team that just tells me that this team can and will lose to anybody. Like, if they swept the White Sox, I'd at least have a little something to hang my hat on. Like, at least we swept the White Sox. Hey, at least we didn't lose to that team.
Right.
Boy, that would have sucked.
That's not really a bragging point now, but okay.
Instead, they come in and they cause me to go ballistic on a rant that ends up getting 30,000 views on TikTok. So, I mean...
Hey, can't argue with that, then.
A win for me.
Can't argue with that.
But...
Well, currently, both teams were tied atop the AL East, so... it's yours for the taking. I don't like to lose, but Orioles almost got no hit today, so
31,000 views. No,
31. Okay, keep watching, and follow Karen Woolley on TikTok if you want some really, really epic rants.
At 134 followers now.
All right, keep it going, everybody. Keep it going.
I'm 32 new followers in the last week.
So. All right, that's great.
I
That's
guess
like a 20% increase.
I guess maybe
like
just close it out with a little State of the Union type deal here. I don't really have much else.
Okay. I mean, only other thing.
What, do you want to talk about? Like a little hockey?
I do, and then they announced the WBC
for
venues and
2026
and the pools as well. For 2026.
We're in a pool with Cuba, Canada, Panama, and whoever qualifies.
Yeah.
And we're in a
pool B. Mexico, Italy, Great Britain.
I confused the Puerto Rico flag with the American.
It's red, white, and blue.
We're in a pool with Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, and whoever qualifies.
I mean, should be theoretically.
Mexico's a little tougher.
Yeah.
Mexico's a little tough, but I mean, like Italy and Great Britain. Like I don't even know that Great Britain knew that baseball was the thing.
No, they play cricket. I mean, they swing that bat. They swing a bat, just different bat.
It's like I don't know if baseball's the thing over there.
Yeah.
Italy, you probably just have a bunch of dual nationals from New York.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Their fathers were Italian, so they could go play over there.
Yeah.
Pool D is when you got to watch over Venezuela, the Dominican Republic. There's some good players from the Netherlands.
The Netherlands and Israel.
Yeah.
Since when was Israel
A baseball powerhouse?
Wait.
Some pretty good Jewish players out there, man.
Well, that's the thing with Israel, just like with Jews in general. I know because I am one. I mean, like, technically, I've never been to temple, but like Jews, like everybody of Jewish descent has, or everyone whose mother is Jewish, technically has dual citizenship rights in Israel.
Yep.
It's like I could go over to Israel right now.
You could claim it. Claim your birthright.
I could prove that I'm Jewish, although I don't know why I'd want to go over there right now. But
right.
I mean, like, if I go over to Israel now, I could hypothetically, like, become a citizen and move into an apartment in, like, Jerusalem by next week.
Yeah.
Although there are some really nice parts of Israel, though.
Oh, yeah. And then Pool C, Japan, Australia.
Live in Nazareth or something.
Yeah. Historical sites.
Yeah.
Biblical sites. Pool C, Japan, Australia, Korea, Chechnya.
Chechnya, yeah. Well, I forgot. I keep forgetting.
There's baseball in Chechnya.
I keep forgetting that the Czech Republic changed their name to Czechia.
Right. Yeah. And then the venues, Hiram Bitham Stadium in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Minute Maid in Houston, Miami, Florida, where that horrible stadium
Marlins
is named.
Park or
Marlins
Lone Depot
Lone
Park.
Depot, and then the Tokyo Dome, which I would love to see a World Baseball Classic game there.
Again, we've said it on the show repeatedly. Japan does baseball so much better than us. They do baseball better than any country on earth. Sure, do they have the most talented players in the world? No. The DR, I think, has per capita the largest assortment of MLB All-Stars to come out of a country.
Yeah. Although,
I think it's a saying. It's like every Dominican is born with a natural slider.
Right, and a baseball bat in their hand, yes.
They're born with just legendary plate discipline.
Yeah. And then the Latinos, man, they take baseball seriously. Man.
Dude, they love baseball.
It's religion. And I think I told you about that time.
Dude, Latin America, I love Everyone's so enthusiastic about baseball there.
I love it. I think I did tell you about the time I was in Central Park. I was playing softball, and these guys needed a couple people to fill in, so I played with them. And you would have thought it was Game 7 of the World Series.
They probably thought you were Japanese.
They didn't. I got yelled at several times for what they considered to not be. Maybe they didn't think I was hustling enough. Maybe I threw the wrong base once or twice.
No, like
did I miss a cutoff man a couple times? Maybe. But this was like pickup this is pickup softball in Central Park.
When you're playing with, when you're playing with Dominican guys in the middle of Central
you don't mess
Park,
around.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It was slow pitch softball, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I get it. I love that passion, man. I love it.
Like they probably picked you out because they thought you were Japanese.
Probably. They thought I was gonna.
They looked at your face. So
Godzilla Jr. Sure. Yeah. 50, not 50 at 5, just 5. Not even 55. I just get the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, Matsui was so good.
He was. Love that guy. Nothing is. Dude, killed the Orioles, man.
I wish I could watch it. I could have watched Hideki Matsui.
I watched him plenty kill Baltimore in the.
You probably couldn't stand
in the early the 2000s. I could not stand him. That upright, right-handed stance. Yeah.
He was a lefty.
Left-handed, lefties, with the upright. Yeah, killer.
Iron Man though.
Killer.
He played like all 162 like every year.
Yeah.
No rest days.
Yeah, work ethic, man. Work ethic. Yeah. Anyways, 2026 we will be seeing. Are you a fan?
I love the World Baseball Classic. We gotta stop pulling punches. As the United States, we need to stop pulling punches as a country in this sport. Because if we put out our best rotation, if we put out like Cole and everybody else, and we have an outfield of Aaron Judge, Mookie Betts, and probably not Mike Trout at this point, but like Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Judge, Mookie Betts, and Christian Yelich
Solid
in the
outfield.
outfield.
Okay.
Then you have Bobby Witt Jr. as your shortstop.
Yes.
You have Matt Olson at first.
Yes.
Your second baseman, take your pick of converted shortstops who could hit the ball a mile. And then at third, you put, God, who's a really good American? I think Nolan Arenado's still
good, yeah.
Like you put Nolan Arenado at third, and you make your catcher like Adley Rutschman.
Yes.
You make Adley Rutschman your catcher.
Okay.
Put that out there, and your bullpen, you stack your bullpen with you'll have a bullpen of closers. Just
all throwing 100 miles an hour. Yeah.
Just do that. Don't pull punches, and just remind the world just who's boss in that sport.
Right.
There are other countries who do it better than us, but I'll be damned if I have to deal with another sport where America isn't the best, where we should clearly be the best. We almost had it in basketball. It was close.
Right.
Like Obasele dunking on LeBron. That was bad. Like we almost lost our sovereignty over that game. But then Steph Curry just
saved it. Yes.
Steph Curry
saved our asses yet again.
Yes, saved our country. He should get the Medal of Honor.
4 years of embarrassment. Yes, if not more. A lifetime embarrassment.
Like if I were running for president right now, if I was one of the two nominees,
okay, what your platform is?
One of my platform, I'd throw a promise out there in the middle of a rally, or like the convention's going on right now. If I were the nominee for the Democrats, I'd say it's like if I'm elected president, I will give Steph Curry the Medal of Honor.
He deserves it.
That's what I'd do. That's what I'd do for what he did. It was like sports are major, like just in general for national pride.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go back to the hand of God goal, if you ever heard of that, the Diego Maradona.
Maradona, yes, I remember.
England, Argentina, 86.
Yes.
Right off the heels of the Falkland War.
Yes.
Like, you know how important that is, dude. You think, Argentina wanted to destroy England.
They did.
And they got that goal, and of course, like the tensions,
like
some international sports matter, big time. You have the miracle on ice.
Yes.
Forget biggest moments in sports history, American history.
Maybe that one dude was right. Noah Lyles, like world champion. This is the true world stage.
Okay. Noah Lyles can. Okay, he won his gold medal.
Oh, which
he won the 100 meter. He did win the 100 meter.
Which I think, but Tyreek Hill. No, I think they're going to race. You heard this, right?
Wait, Tyreek Hill and Noah.
You heard this, right? Well, Tyreek Hill said he would beat him in a race, and Noah Lyles was like, "All right, let's go."
I'm hearing. I don't hate Tyreek's odds there.
Okay, he sprinted in college. He ran in college. He's fast.
His nickname is Cheetah.
Yes.
Because he runs like one. Every time I watch a Tyreek Hill highlight where he's hitting stride, he's flying.
Yeah. I mean, he threw down the gauntlet. Now, the race, he wants to cut it in half to 50 yards. So maybe in 50 before.
On turf, Tyreek Hill wins that.
Sure. I mean, they're going to do it on the track.
It's like tennis players where you have Tyreek Hill versus Usain Bolt. What? I gotta watch this.
Well, there's just I think there's just a with a line.
It's just a little line.
It's a simulation. Okay. Yes. But still, if this was true, not bad. He's keeping up with the pack. Now, as Usain Bolt, but still.
He's keeping up with Olympians.
Yeah. That he would have come in third or fourth. That's not bad.
He's bordering on a bronze medal there.
Sure.
But again, like in the Olympics, it's when it's sprinting, especially when Bolt was there. Everyone just watched for him.
Sure. But this might happen.
Dude, Noah Lyles said he'll only do it under his own terms. So
well, he's scared then.
Yes,
scared.
Dude, I would be scared.
I don't
care how fast I am. If Tyreek Hill challenges me to like a sprint,
yeah,
I'd be scared. Dude, like watch him play football.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be scared, but I mean, the fact that he wants his own
Noah
terms.
Lyles is like the king of shit talking too.
Right,
He's done a lot of that.
He's done plenty of shit talk. He's backed it up though.
Yeah, the 100
He's backed it up.
Like he won a gold medal.
He did.
But then the U.S. basketball team like won gold there. NBA Twitter was actively rooting against Noah Lyles. Dude, nobody really wanted him to win. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy either because he said that. And world champions of what? Talking about the NBA.
Right, he did.
As if there is any other league in the world.
Sure.
You take the best team in Europe and you put them against the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons would win by like 30.
Yes.
That's the difference of talent between the NBA and Europe. You could put their G League team out there. They just signed Iona alum Danish Jenkins, dude. He dropped 30 on whatever the best team in Europe is.
Yeah, well, looks like he's going to have to put up or shut up now. I would love to see this.
Oh, please do. I'm rooting for Tyreek Hill to be.
Oh, sure.
I'm being
so
straight
I
up.
think we all are.
I mean,
is he going to win? Probably not. But
I don't know, dude.
But you know, even if he came close, put up a good showing,
if he came within a second,
he's still winning. Yeah,
at 50 yards, if it's like 9/10 of a second,
he should be close.
That's kind of bad.
Right.
I think it could be close. Second in 50 yards. That's kind of.
I would be close at 50.
Yeah, I think it would be like 0.3 of a second.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, if he keeps it to within 0.3.
Yeah.
I say it's good for Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Because if you think about all the other Olympic sprinters, like that's Olympic sprinter speed. Like people lost to Noah Lyles by 0.3 of a second.
I think even if he kept up and he lost, he still wins. So I like it. Let's get this done. When? I don't know. I guess it'll be after the season, but
this guy calls himself the fastest man in the world. Like, who the hell calls themselves that?
I mean, the guy who wins the gold medal in the 100, I guess.
Yeah, one category.
Sure.
Usain Bolt swept the Olympics.
He did.
Every single time he sprinted, every single time he ran, every single event that he ran in that wasn't like a relay or something, he ended up winning that.
He did.
Because he was actually the fastest man in the world.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, Usain Bolt in dress clothes in his prime maybe beats Noah
Like
Lyles.
dress shoes. I would watch that too.
God, if only Usain Bolt could catch a football.
Yeah, somebody teach him. He just.
Yeah.
I would draft him first round.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What else were you going to continue with before I started talking about the worldwide sports?
Maybe just do a little like sneak peek on the Devils.
Oh, okay.
No, we're gonna be until December the next time I talk about the Devils on this program.
Hopefully.
I mean, not really much is happening, but kind of do a little debrief.
Yeah.
Of what's happening.
All right. Well, we got Markstrom. That's good.
I mean, Jacob Markstrom.
Yeah,
and Jake Allen.
very good.
The goaltending should be so much better.
Which was a weakness last year. Big time.
To say the least.
Yes. Dougie Hamilton back. Hopefully, I haven't heard anything about his status.
Dougie Hamilton should be back. Jack Hughes should be back. Everyone's forgetting that they hired Sheldon Keefe.
Right.
I think they'll be ready in the regular season at least.
Okay.
I think they should. Should. Keyword is should.
Should.
They should be better. Significantly.
Yes.
And you also have Jack Hughes coming back, finally surgically repairing that shoulder, which was kind of an issue for him for a couple years.
Yeah, you could tell he was off.
And, I mean, they just, like, he finally went under the knife for it, and it's like, okay, that's good. They timed the surgeries well, so he's actually ready for the season to start. You know, Yankees, take your notes on that. Don't wait until February.
Yeah. Yeah, get it done.
They got their surgeries, and they're doing their recoveries in a timely manner. Dougie Hamilton's definitely going to be ready because there was talk about the Devils exploiting LTIR with him to load up at the deadline and have him come back in the playoffs.
Right, yeah.
But, you know, obviously you have Heischer, you have Bratt, Meyer,
Mercer.
I mean, Mercer, that's a little bit of a toss-up there with what's going on with his contract. He'll probably end up signing a little bridge deal here or something.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, he's a good player.
Because, like, he's in a weird spot. Like, he had a smidge of a down year, but he's also a super reliable top six, middle six, or top nine forward.
I remember when Hughes was out, for 4 weeks, he filled in pretty nicely that 1 year.
I'm a fan of Dawson Mercer.
So am I.
And they beefed up the bottom six a little bit. Dude, Stefan Nason, I feel like we're gonna really like him this year.
And we have Timo Meyer back at his preferred position.
Yeah, with no Lindy Ruff.
Whatever that was about. Doesn't matter now.
I hope the power play does better too. I mean, Dougie Hamilton coming back should really help that.
Well, they started out pretty well last year, and it just tanked.
When Dougie Hamilton was healthy.
Yeah.
No, but there's too much talent on this power play there's too much talent and
team,
to have it be as bad as this. Also, Luke Hughes with another year of development. Brett Pesce.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget Pesce. Yeah.
Brendan Dillon. They showed up the back end a little bit.
Yeah.
Nemec with another year. Luke Hughes with another year. I think Luke Hughes, he had higher expected goal rates than guys among the likes of Charlie McAvoy and I forgot the rest of the names, but just someone who's really overlooked in the grand scheme of things in terms of young players. I think you're going to see Luke Hughes really step up in a big way this year, especially when he's maybe going to be on a pair with Brett Pesce. So he can focus more on offense and maximizing his skill set instead of being thrust into a top pairing role.
Yeah. Also, how old is he?
21.
21.
20 or 21.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
not that old.
Awesome. So, I mean, barring everyone staying healthy, no long-term injuries, could be a pretty good year.
Yeah.
We'll love to see him in the playoffs again.
I want playoffs.
If not, and hopefully farther than the second run would be awesome.
Making it to the conference final, ho.
That's.
But we'd have to watch a game live from this studio.
Oh, sure.
I mean, just have me hooked up to something that tracks my heart rate.
Okay, let's do that. We get those for $5 on Amazon. We have heart rate monitors, easy.
Yeah, get a heart rate monitor
for both of us. That'd be funny.
Just have a little display.
Yeah.
On the screen.
Okay, done.
Be like Cam's heart rate.
We can definitely do that.
You'll see it shoot up in the 150s. Resting heart rate of 150.
Or maybe more. It starts crossing into the 200s.
I think the worst heart attack I had watching a Devils game was Game 3 against the Rangers. That time game.
Yeah. That whole series, I lost
not as bad as that giant playoff game against the Vikings, where I literally felt my heartbeat in my cheeks and eyeballs.
Yes. Well, they won.
I could not physically stand up Because if I stood up, it would have increased my heart rate
lightheaded,
too much.
like collapse.
I would have gone in. I was probably at significant risk for cardiac arrest. Although I wasn't eating that much that day because when I get stressed, I don't eat.
Sure.
I like to eat in comfort.
Right. But not stress. Yeah. No, totally understand.
It's like I'm not one. I prefer to do tasks on an empty stomach.
Right.
Like tasks that I don't want to do. Like I prefer to do homework before I eat. I prefer to do yard work before I eat. I prefer to do so much things before I eat.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a great idea. So when they get to that point,
if they get to the conference final,
that'd be awesome.
Or if they get, I usually come home in the middle of the second round.
Yeah.
If it's like second round, game 7,
no, we're here. We'll do it.
I gotta come in. We gotta do it. Probably live stream it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. We could do that.
Have me hooked up. Have both of us hooked up.
Yeah.
To
see if we can get some kind of display or something. Yeah.
There's probably a display. That we could
we'll figure it out.
work out. There's probably an app that you could get on Mac. Like I can work stuff with OBS.
Yeah.
But
yeah. All right.
There's a lot of stuff that you can do. But there's that's the plan. If the Devils are in Game 7 of the second round, I am hooking myself. I don't care what any prior plans I have.
You're gonna see some. You're gonna see some weird stuff that night, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yeah.
And I'll be 21 by then too.
Oh boy!
So
all right. Well, we got plenty of those here. For better or for worse, yes. All right, deal. Got that to look forward to. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy! All right, so just gonna wrap.
Okay. Well, good luck this year.
Generally,
you conquered your first year.
Second
year should be pretty awesome.
Well, I did that. I just finished my second year.
No, I got third year. Sorry, third year should you got 2 down, 2 more to go.
I mean, all on top of grad school. So.
Oh right, okay, grad school, nice. I was out after 4. I'm like I'm done.
You got your degree and.
Got my degree. I got my piece of paper. I got out of there.
Where'd you get your degree in again?
Communications.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Look at that. I'm communicating. Go figure.
Dude, I'm sorry. Like, it's a weird. I don't know if this is kind of like twisted or sick, but I love seeing I'm hearing stuff about the comp sci field being so being so saturated with people who want to work there.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing all these comp sci majors who make fun of my major.
Yeah.
And they're not. They go in because I'm actually gonna make money. My degree is useful. I'm actually gonna make money with my degree. What are you doing in communication? What do you do? Talk? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Actually, yes.
That's part of it.
Actually, we do talk.
and then they're gonna be in 3 years they're gonna be complaining about not being able to get a job, and now I'm just gonna be there
talking.
I'm just gonna sit there.
You can gloat. You can gloat.
Oh no, I'm absolutely gonna gloat.
You can gloat.
Oh no, being and I make fun of myself for being a communications manager. I do not have that much homework. It is not my final. I don't really have a lot of exams either. In terms of final exams, it's mostly projects.
Yeah.
And if I get those done by a set time, I can go home days earlier than everybody else.
Yeah. Happy moving, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, gonna be fun. I gotta go bright and early on Monday, so that'll be a little tough, especially from where I am in Jersey. Not gonna have to wake up real early.
Yeah,
but good thing is I'll be settled in early, and I'll be able to lunch or something.
Yeah, it's good having you in here, though. I think we got in great 11, 12 shows, I think. So
I love doing this every time I'm home.
It's great.
It's my outlet. It's my place to go.
Well, always here for you. Always. Even in 25 years, when we could talk about the Yankees win their first World Series in 40 years.
Dude, if the Yankees win a World Series, it's we gotta have there's a protocol for that too. Don't worry. If the Yankees win the World Series, I am I'm taking a couple trains down here, and
we will be talking about it.
We're doing a show if the Yankees win the World Series. Don't worry. If any of my teams win a championship.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
Well, if the Devils win the Stanley Cup, that happens in June. I'm already here anyway.
Well, yes.
If the Giants win the Super Bowl, I'm home anyway, so I just do the show the following Monday.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
And
now, granted, in the history of you doing the show, none of this has happened yet, but we're due.
Don't worry. Due. I've thought this over in my head millions of times because I still have that dumbass childlike optimism that's still in the angel on my shoulder going.
Every year,
they can do it.
Every year we go in confident, then every year we get crushed. But maybe, not this year. Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, anyways, I mean, in terms of this show, more people know about this than ever before.
Yeah, I love it.
Because of TikTok. I mean, it's a truly great, and I plan to keep posting stuff on. I'm going to have more clips from this week.
Follow it up.
For the people to nosh on, and I'm going to continue doing stuff from my college shows, doing stuff there. I'm going to be doing plenty. I can tell you that much. So, stay tuned. I'm not going anywhere. The show is, however, for a little while, but we'll be back.
Yeah.
Anyways, from Ming Chen and the Shared Universe Podcast Studio, I am Cameron Woolley. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok. And as always, stay classy, New Jersey.